See, fuck, dude, I've been told that I need to do the intro. I've never done the intro to this before. I'm very nervous. I'm very fucking
You're doing
scared.
a good job.
Andy, you're making me proud, Andy.
So, we just saw Ironman 2, and boy, what a motion picture.
What a film. Honestly, I was surprised by how good it was.
Here's the thing. I haven't seen it in a while. It wasn't that bad.
It was a lot. I would say, but not in an Incredible Hulk way, where it was like, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. No, it
really wasn't.
It's a fun movie.
It holds up real fucking well.
It was cutting close to Iron Man. I was gonna put it above Iron Man, but then a couple things at the last moment, I was like,
I mean, it's certainly not a perfect movie.
For me, I gotta put it over Iron Man, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I was surprised by how much I was enjoying it. I thought, for me personally, the best part of that movie is by far the humor. It is,
so really,
it was really funny. We were laughing a lot,
and I feel like it fits in the tone of the Marvel universe more than like the original Iron Man or the Incredible Hulk.
I'll say so. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously overwhelmingly positives.
I wouldn't say overwhelming.
I don't know. I thought it was really good.
I would give it like a 6 out of 10 if I had to give it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd give it like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
No, not an 8.
So positives for me were stuff like I like the characters. I like Sam Rockwell as Hammer. Sam Rockwell as Hammer.
Award winner Sam Rockwell.
As Hammer was. Hammer was a fantastic character.
Hammer is
like a little
awesome protagonist.
Like a little sniveling guy who's trying too hard to be Tony Stark, but he's obviously not.
I don't know. For me, it was just such an original character.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering who pitched that character? Was it Jon Favreau? And
I'm guessing that it was Jon Favreau.
Who's the screenwriter? Justin Theroux?
Yes.
Yeah.
So either one, I'm just wondering what the pitch for this fucking character was. So he's dorky, but he's not so dorky.
See, the thing about that character
there's somewhat of a competency.
The thing about that character is it seems like a character who you wouldn't really see in a superhero movie.
Exactly.
He seems like a character you would see in a comedic, a dramedy almost.
Or like one of those spy parodies.
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah, he felt very like Austin. I want to say Austin.
Not Austin, or like what's the one with Steve Carell and that other lady?
Get Smart.
No, not Get. You kind of like Get Smart, but there's another one where it's
How many fucking fake parody spy movies?
There's a lot of parodies. It's a whole genre.
Okay.
I think that performance really is elevated by
Sam Rockwell.
Sam
Rockwell is really really.
I think he really outshines Mickey Rourke, who kind of plays like more of a generic.
Even then, I still dug Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, he does a good job, but it's not as good as Sam Rockwell.
One thing that kind of put it lower for me on than Iron Man was kind of the reuse of the Iron Man suit of an evil Iron Man suit.
That's kind
of a little lame.
That is
that was kind of lame.
The big criticisms that I remember, a lot of people giving the movie is they say it's it's just a big Avenger setup, which really it wasn't.
Not really.
Well, there was a couple scenes in there that
other than they kind of set up the first Thor movie,
and they set up saying he's saying you can't be a part of the Avengers.
Okay, there's the one 3-minute scene at the end where he's in there and he's got a file that says Avengers. But other than that, I don't think it.
But the thing is, I think those scenes do contribute to the plot that's happening, that's going on about Tony Stark needing a partner.
It didn't feel out of place to me.
But I do kind of agree that I think one of the big problems with this movie is that it feels a little bit overstuffed in some places. I had a hard time finding especially near the second act, where I felt like we were getting a little overstuffed with just a lot of thematic and plot lines that didn't really coalesce until near the third act.
Yeah.
And when I do think they came together, I think they became stronger. But getting there was a little rough for me. So that would be my negative.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna.
I guess I understand.
I'm gonna put Ivan. What is it?
Ivan Drago.
It's not Drago because that's
Rocky villain.
That's Rocky. But the Whiplash is right. Whiplash. I'm gonna put that as kind of a negative. I feel like he could have been a bit stronger, especially at least be in the suit longer.
Yeah, they could have done something a little more creative with him in terms of he's just an evil Iron Man.
That and it seemed like he was just set up. He was just the guy tinkering. Justin Hammer could have been could have been the guy that made the drones, and he would have just been
that would have kind of ruined his character.
Yeah, that wouldn't have worked for him.
I don't know, but
what they did worked very well.
Like, you get what I'm saying, where I feel like he was just a guy that did evil things. Like, I didn't care. I didn't care.
No, because he's got his whole thing with, like, his father was,
yeah,
like,
but
working
I
Tony
didn't.
Stark.
I don't know, but I didn't. I feel like that was backstory, not a part of his character.
It's kind of weird because, like, they dedicate the entire first scene to, like, his backstory and like his relationship to Stark, but then like you don't really get much else throughout the movie.
He doesn't react. He doesn't. He only meets Tony Stark once.
Twice.
No, in person.
In person once.
Yes, twice.
What's the second time?
At the end of the movie.
At the end of the fucking movie.
At the end of the movie, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
At the climax of the movie.
And also he talks to him over the phone.
Yeah,
once.
they have conversations.
Yeah,
I don't know, but
it could have been more.
I
but
think
like,
it could have been stronger.
I guess it could. Yeah, they could have made it more like they could have done like a Black Panther thing, which is like I don't know. We're not getting a fucking Black Panther, but like, the thing about that I loved was how like the villain like was a symbol of like the failure of your father.
Yeah.
They could have like amped that up a little more. I feel like that would have been interesting.
I think this is a movie that I haven't seen before, strangely enough. But
You've never seen Iron Man 2?
No, I haven't seen Iron Man 2, and I hadn't seen Iron Man for a while. So it's kind of interesting coming into this after seeing like the entire universe after this. And honestly, I think it makes it better watching it this way because I could see like the connections that it was like kind of digging in. And I think that's why for me this is I think this is above the original Iron Man, just for like on a sheer subjective level.
I don't know. One cameo we haven't talked about besides Stan Lee was Elon Musk.
Elon Musk is in this fucking movie.
When it came out, I had no idea who Elon Musk was.
I had no idea Elon Musk was in this movie.
Because I was a kid.
It's the most awkward thing. It reminds me a lot of like Mark Zuckerberg at like the Senate hearing.
Yeah.
Where he's just kind of like awkwardly there. And he just, what does he say? Tony Stark makes a joke. It's like, okay.
It's like we should do some partnership sometime. It's like, sure, Elon Musk, fucking second smartest person.
Sure,
I don't know why that
Elon.
made us laugh so fucking hard.
No, just because I was surprised to see Elon Musk.
Cracking the fuck up when Elon Musk showed up.
Yeah.
So where would you guys rate?
So I'm gonna put it second.
One other thing I want to mention real fast. The special effects in that movie.
Oh yeah,
fucking spectacular.
Yeah.
Granted, we're watching it on like a pretty small fucking screen.
In standard definition.
Yeah, in standard definition. But
yeah.
There was never a moment where I was like, "Oh, that's CG."
I don't know. I felt there was a couple moments where
near the climax,
the suit kind of looked cartoonish.
I have to disagree.
But it is leagues above. It is leagues above.
I think there were some moments in the special effects department, especially with the whiplash near the end. I think just with some of the lighting effects, but other than that, it's pretty great.
But like the Stark Expo, like
the Stark Expo looks amazing.
All like the wide shots of the Expo as a whole, I'm like, that's obviously not in real life. That has to be CG, and it looks fucking great.
Well, yeah. So overall, I would put this second on the list. So Iron Man 2, Incredible Hulk.
Sure, that's a good list.
No, I'm putting it at the top. Ooh. I know. I'm gonna get. I know it's a controversial opinion, but I'm willing to take that leap of faith.
All right, so we're off now to watch Thor.
Thor and the Thor world.
Yeah,
Thor, the Thor world.
Catch us at the end of Thor.
Yeet.
Catch me outside.